Starting this lesson also by opening the programs. After opening the program, first menu also will show up, will be the first menu to show your presets. You can choose any presets to start with. Let's say I will choose this one, hitting play button to see what it will represent. You can see it will be representing 20 seconds. This movement here, this movement at different angle, and finally this final positions at the end. When starting at the first seconds, I will double click and modify the text. Just type your own text and then hitting OK. It will change the text I have drawn. This one here, also double click and modify your own text and start typing it. Hitting OK. After that you can modify the fonts. You can choose any font you want from this panel. Choose the text, then scroll down to the font you want to modify it. Then starting, it will represent the fonts and the letters I had typed in, but in the same way that the presets move. Then I change the color. Let's say I will start at the second zero. I change the color at the second zero color of the text. Then I choose the color here under the panel of text. And the second one and the end one, and hitting plus button to add a keyframe. At each second you change a color, you must pressing the adding keyframe. It's the green plus button. You can see at the final, at the end, you choose it to this color. And I want to change at the seconds 20 for this text also. Change it to yellow color and heading to the first seconds, heading this for the green, and heading adding a keyframe by plus button. If you didn't press adding keyframe, it will not change the color. Then this color will change accordingly with the seconds, from this color at the start to that color at the end. It will change from that green to that yellow at the end, because you have added color at the end and color at the start and added keyframes represent for each second. This second represents this color and this second represents the other color. Gradual movement from the first color to the other one. In the middle you can choose the color and change it for different color and adding keyframe. So you will have 3 different colors. Also you can add different shapes. Let's say I will choose this and draw here, move it to be represented here, and that end at the second 20. And let's say I will change its color, hitting plus button. But I will change the color of the shape itself. These 4 panels represent 2 panels for the shape, the color and bevel, and the other 2 panels represent the text, color and bevel. Hitting play button. At the second zero you will not find, because the camera move with scene, so I will need to move it here with the text to be represented in the frame. Let's say I will get to the second 10 seconds. You will find it to be shown here, so I will move it at this time. You can get here. You will learn how to move the camera and scene in advanced lesson, but let's at this start we will change the position of the shape at each second and adding a keyframe. Change only the color, the position. That's all I need you to know. Just change the color. I will change the color adding keyframe at the start, and when playing I will move it with the scene. Let's say I want to move in a 10 seconds like this, moving the shape I have drawn. I will choose it, choose the second, choose the color, adding color, and after choosing the color of the shape, the sides, I will hit plus button to save the keyframe at that second. Let's say I will go to the end and change the color at the end to this color, this one here, and change the bevel to this color here. After choosing the color, I must press setting keyframe. You will find the color will change gradually according to the color I set. This tool represents different shape you can add from them. Choose your shape, add it, draw it. After you draw it, you can move it, change the position you want to be set it in. This one here, and let's choose other shape like this one here, hitting OK, draw it, and move it to like this position here. And choose different one like this one here. Try use different tool, draw different shape and move it, rotate it, change its color. To be familiar with these tools, and never forget, if you choose a color and a position, you must hit the save keyframe. If you didn't hit save keyframe, it will not move, it will not change. Let's say I will change the color, the position of all these shapes here, adding a new shape, adding OK, and we'll hit and move this, change this color, change to this one, change the core body of the shape, change the bevel. This tool here represents the reflection of the color you have set. I will scale it to allow you to see the modification. If I choose like this one, it shows different reflection of the color you choose, different reflection of the light with the color. We will talk about the light later. In advanced lesson, you will allow to modify the color of the light also. Then you modify the camera and the lights, then adding a keyframe with the plus button and the green. Let's say I will grab this one and move to the bevels, change it, and change the color of the shape to this one here, change the reflection. Texture represents the reflection. If it's smooth, it gives like and this one change the distance. Let's say I want to change the alpha. Alpha represents the opacity. If you decrease it down, it will disappear, like this one here. So if you increase alpha, it increases opacity. If you want it to disappear, you decrease alpha. And if you hit play button and saving keyframe for alpha, it will represent it as not shown. And increase alpha to increase opacity, so it will appear again. This line here, node alpha represents the whole opacity. Whole opacity will increase with the time, as in different seconds you make your node alpha to be 10, like 0%, it will disappear, and adding keyframe. And will change to different seconds, it's increased. I will decrease it again, so it will disappear at this second. It will appear again because at the end the second 20 alpha increased, so it changed from this second to that second according to the keyframe I have added. For the colors and for the alpha, according to the opacity, it will increase gradually. You can choose different shape, different colors, different alpha, add your different texture for the reflection, choose different presets. This menu here allow you to change from different panels like arrows, words, shields, and hit an OK and draw your own shape. Choose the one you like and the proper for your project. Change its positions, and after changing, you you must remember to add your keyframe. Let's start with these lines here, these panels. Try to choose different panels to be familiar with the tools you can draw. Choose different presets and add your modifications. Change its place, change its color, change its alpha texture, and let's say I will put it down here. And let's go to design menu. Design menu allow to add different modification to the shape itself. Let's say I will add this modification. It allow you to modify the size of the borders, the width, the heights. This one allow you to change the text. If you draw a text inside, we talk about later, this change the rotation of the text inside. Also, this one allow you to modify the shape. Let's say it's like deformation to the shape, like bending, and double click to add the text inside of the shape. Just double click and type in your own. Let's say it's here because you change the position of the text. I will change the position of the text, let's say right here. This menu allow you linear movement of the text inside the shape. This whole part of menu change the text inside of the shape, because if it's separate you will change it from different menu, but if it inside the shape you will need to change it from this menu here. Allow you to modify the deformation from this menu, modification for the shape. Here we'll change the, let's say, the rotation for the letter, for the text inside of the shape. Let's say I will change text effect will allow different movement of the text inside of the shape. Let's decrease this value, and I will change the shape itself from the arrow. It will allow you different movement. This one here, this value allow the movement. If you choose to change the movement of the text itself with the line, it's like a text effect with movement. We'll talk it about later. Then hitting plus button to save the dimension you've added. And hitting plus button, it will start to move according to the positions at each second I had set. If I set these positions at second 0 and hit different position at second 20, it will start to move from position at 0 to that position at the end. With your observation, you don't have to use all the tools. Different parts will be repeated in the next video, so don't be intimidated.